Hey everyone, welcome to my webpage. This is called But First Math, and this is the home page right here. So we can find some information about the website and some general information about the content that you'll find on it. There's also some details about why I believe math is so important at the early ages. On the left is an image that I have created with some math centers that I've generated. And then the image on the right is just another math-related photo that I had found. Next, let's check out the About page. At the very top, we have my Canva design for my web page. You'll notice the QR code on the left. So if you're looking at this on a mobile device, you can scan that code and then it'll take you directly to my website. Underneath this, we have some more information about the importance of math at every grade level, but more importantly at the very young ages, as students are learning very foundational skills that they will use for the rest of their lives. Underneath this, there's just a little bit of information about myself and then a picture about me. So next on our navigation tab is the contact page. There's a couple of different things located on here. So on the left, we have the contact form. So if you have any questions or comments about my website, I would love to hear them. Just fill in your name, your email, and then your full comment that you would like to send to me. I love to hear successful stories about stuff that you've used from my website, or even just any additional tips that you have that I could put on my website. That would be awesome because I would love to have your input. Then over here on the right, we have the button for the site feedback right here in orange. If you click on this, it takes you to the Google form that's just like a basic survey about the content and the different things that are displayed on my website. So please check that out so I can get some feedback about that and I can make the different things on my website look a little better or just have some different information in them to make it beneficial for everyone. Underneath that in the blue right here is my mobile app prototype. So feel free to click on that and just check out kind of what I have there. It's mostly what I have on my website, and then there's also an additional game that first graders can play. It's math addition and subtraction problems. So check out that. Next, let's check out the math centers. So here on this page at the very top, I just explain what math centers are and the different things that they can do for students. Math centers are definitely used as a review activity. They're not used for introducing something new. And they're generally not used as a form of assessment. Math centers work really well to build the skills that students have learned so that they can do those problems faster and that they can learn kind of what ways work best for them when they're working these kind of problems out. So the first math center that I've made here is called the ice cream scoop place value. As shown in the image on the left here, you can notice that there's a couple of different pieces that are involved in the math center, and you can do it a little bit differently depending on how advanced your students are and the materials that you have on hand. I just used foam sheets and just wrote on it with Sharpies. It was really simple but really cute and fun. If you feel like your students are more advanced, what you could do is you could just write one of the scoops for them and then they could fill in the remaining 3. So for example, for 32, you could write on that top pink scoop, you could write 32 out in words, and then the students would have to generate 3 other ways to represent the number 32. And then they make their whole ice cream cone. Down here, I've just created 2 other math centers on Word documents. So the first one is called Connect 4 Addition. All you need is 2 dice and a marker for this one. And this is a good activity that can be done in partners, so students can kind of compete to see who wins. All the students have to do is roll 2 dice and then add the numbers that are represented. Once they do that, they circle the number that is represented in the circles below as the sum of those 2 numbers, and then the first player to get 4 of those numbers in a row is the winner. And then the very last math center that I have on this page is called Dizzy Dominoes. This one is definitely more of an individual math center that could be used for one person at a time. You could do it in pairs, but it works best for individual students to do it. All the students have to do is just fill in the missing part of each domino that's on the page. So for these top two, they would just put in the other dots for the numbers 5 and 9. And they do the same for 10, and then this one on the right here, the students just have to put the number at the top that all of the dots are representing on the domino. So that one's fun and unique, and students like Math Center, so it's kind of different from the usual lesson, but it's review, so it's building on the skills that they've already learned. Alright, so in the teaching strategies, you'll find two different things that I've created here to show math strategies. On the left is an infographic about just some general topics that you can use for math, and really you can use them for any teaching kind of class. They work well for lots of different learners, and I think it would be good to use a combination of all of these throughout your teaching time with the students so that they get kind of differentiated instruction and they see different ways of learning things. So it's beneficial for them too. On the right is a video that I've created about adding 3 numbers. It just shows a couple of different strategies that you can use to show students how to do this trickier concept. And then the very last thing on the navigation bar at the top would just be the additional resources. On here you'll find a link to my Pinterest board for this website. It's called Math Additional Resources. So if you click on this orange icon right here, it'll take you to that Pinterest board, and then you can view all of the pins that I have researched and looked into. They're the ones that I feel are most beneficial for students. I'm sure we all know that Pinterest has a vast amount of resources, games, activities, endless things that you can do with students, but not all of them are always super beneficial and effective. So these ones that I've pinned on there are ones that I have found to be really effective. And again, if you have some ideas or you have some Pinterest things that you found that you want to tell me about, feel free to go back to my contact page up here and send me a link to those or let me know what you found, and I would love to hear from you. So thanks for checking out my website.